Obviously, you haven't heard the pug bark. Welcome to Mornings on Main Street, Clarksville. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. What a week it has been in the Montgomery County area following the EF3 tornado that touched down on Saturday afternoon. It left heartache in its wake, but also a beautiful show of community support from neighbors, from strangers, from just businesses. Everyone has turned out to help those who need it. Donations have been pouring into a number of locations like Northeast High School, YAPAC Outreach, Mosaic Church, to Montgomery County Animal Care and Control, and all of the other pop-up relief spots. It has been incredible to see this community come together. But coming up on today's show, we're going to hear back from information from the executive director of the American Red Cross Tennessee River chapter, as well as what it was like to restore power to 20,000 residents, 20,000 customers in the Montgomery County area. We'll hear that from the general manager of CDE Lightband. And lastly, we have some great information about insurance claims that you need to know right now. If you haven't thought of it, well, this segment really could help you out. After that, at the end of the show, we're going to take a look back at the support from the days that have passed since Saturday afternoon. But first, before that, we're going to check in with Cheri Reeves to see what's making the wrap.
This is the wrap for the December 14th edition of Main Street Clarksville. December 9th, 2023 will be remembered in Clarksville as the day the EF3 tornado caused devastation to so many families, with the loss of life of 3 people, including a 10-year-old boy. The tornado took many homes from the Montgomery County residents. In this week's edition, you'll see an outpouring of community togetherness, neighbor helping neighbor, and many stories of fear as the tornado hit northwest Clarksville. Let's take a look at the devastation, followed by assistance from both the community and 4 neighboring states' linemen who showed up quickly to help restore power to the city. And that's the wrap. I'm Cheri Reeves, Main Street, Clarksville.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
At Implant and General Dentistry, we're proud to offer dental care you can trust. Our team, led by Dr. Andrew Flips, is dedicated to serving our community with the highest quality of care. We offer comprehensive dental exams, cleanings, whitening, and more. With our compassionate and experienced team, you'll be able to smile with confidence. Come experience the difference for yourself. Call us today to schedule an appointment or visit our website to learn more.
This holiday season, the largest lantern festival in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. Witness more than 1,000 handcrafted Chinese lanterns featuring brand new designs, including towering mythical beasts, a life-size Santa's workshop, and a 100-foot-long dragon. Welcome back to Zoolumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
So this morning we are now hearing from the executive director for the American Red Cross Tennessee River Chapter, LoriAnn Tinajero. First off, thank you so much. Blood is a big thing that's needed right now. Where are you guys at with your donations and what can we do?
Well, we'd love to increase our blood donations. We're at 1760 Madison Street, and on Mondays and Wednesdays, we have our blood drives right here from about 10:30 to about 4:30.
Okay. So for those who missed on Monday, you do have tomorrow. You are able to come out and give that blood donation here. What else do you have planned as far as disaster relief efforts in Montgomery County and other areas?
Well, in Montgomery County, we have the Northeast High School, and we have people stationed there to bring in people for a shelter. They can stay there. There we have cots, we have blankets, we have hygiene, toothbrush, toothpaste products for them. We also provide 3 meals per day. So we are there for those people who have been displaced, and also it's been so cold, so we welcome them to come in and seek that shelter.
What has this been like since Saturday evening? What have you been experiencing since then?
I think a lot of people who do not realize that we have shelter. We had somebody come into the American Red Cross this morning and not know that we had a shelter location at Northeast High School. So they spent all night in their car. So people are helping with media, and thank you so much, is getting the word out. So please spread the word out there that we have a location, Northeast High School. Also in Dixon at the YMCA. So for those who have been displaced in Dixon, please know that we have a shelter there.
What other information do we need to know right now, LoriAnn?
Well, for those who have been hit by this tragedy, may have lost their prescriptions.
Okay.
I want them to know that they can come to the shelter, talk to a shelter worker, and we will do our best to connect them with their medications.
Fantastic. What else is out there? What else are you hearing from all of the individuals you're working with?
The people really appreciate having all the support. Clarksville is so unique and kind and wonderful. We work with our community partners. If people have specific donations, clothing, different items, if they can take it to 120 Merchants Boulevard, right there, Shelter Insurance is vetting through all that product and then contacting the various nonprofit organizations who can actually utilize that. So for clothing or specific items, they can contact YAPAC and they will take it over to YAPAC. If it's food, they can contact Manna Cafe, for example.
Okay. What is the Hero Care?
Hero Care is the location number, and it's 877-272-7337 for our armed forces.
Okay.
We have some armed forces who have been displaced because the tornado hit just outside of the base, which means we had a lot of soldiers in those homes. If we can have the soldiers, please call our Hero Care, 877-272-7337, and we will connect them with an individual who can actually go and do the assessment and also help them get the support they need.
And speaking of support, so much support is here right now, but keep in mind the support is going to be needed next week, the week after, and in a month. So for those soldiers out there, if you know someone that was impacted, please share that number, Hero Care. I'm going to say it one more time, 877-272-7337. Also with that, if they're not a soldier, they're a civilian and you've been impacted, reach out to the American Red Cross if you need some information. And again, for the rest of us, let's donate blood to make sure they are well stocked with what they need right now. LoriAnn, is there anything else?
Monetary donations are always a help. Okay. We deal with mass products. So we already have our blankets, we already have our cots, and we already have our hygiene products. We're like a well-oiled machine who comes with big trucks, and we are ready to provide mass shelters. So monetary donations are really what the American Red Cross can use to keep the production up for mass care.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We'll be right back.
At Area 51 Tech Solutions, our team specializes in servicing and repairing major brands of electronics, including computers, tablets, cell phones, HD TVs, and gaming consoles.
Area 51 has been our go-to place for all our tech repair needs for years. You name it, they can fix it. Trust the kid who broke it. Give them a call today at 615-379-8113.
Smiles. These are the healthy smiles of real Delta Dental members. Folks with access to the nation's largest network of dentists and low-deductible plans with 100% preventive care coverage, all backed by over 65 years of expertise. Go online or give us a call to learn about affordable individual plans that meet your needs. 1-855-844-0445.
This Christmas, Give a Little Nashville needs your help to bring joy to children in need. We'll be hosting toy drives during the holiday season, so please donate toys for kids of all ages. On December 3rd, join us for our Cocktails with Santa red carpet event, where you can mingle with other supporters and enjoy festive drinks and food. Together, we can make a difference in our community this holiday season. Visit givealittle.nashville.com or find us on Facebook to learn more and register today.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way. When flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage, it ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
This morning, we're starting to talk about the work done by the linemen in Montgomery County. They have done an exceptional job since Saturday, and we're talking this morning with Brian Taylor. He's the general manager here at CDE Lightband. First off, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, you're so welcome, and good morning.
Good morning to you. You know, a lot happened Saturday, and you guys are right there, right after it. What's been that process since Saturday afternoon?
Yep. So we actually had some guys watching the weather, and we saw it hit in Weakley County. And hit an armory in Weakley County, and so we watched it, and as it tracked into Paris, and we saw that it was headed our way. We actually started mobilizing crews at that time to get them staged and ready to go. As soon as it hit here in Clarksville, we immediately started calling in some extra contract crews. We actually brought in 31 extra crews to help us mobilize. And then we've been assessing the damage and seeing what we had. At the height of the storm, we had 20,000 customers without power. And really our main line distribution was hit pretty hard on Peters Mill Road, 41A, and Tiny Town. And we had about 75 poles that were destroyed through that process. So that's where we knew we needed those crews to come in and really attack those poles. It takes several hours to set a pole. And so we've been working 24/7 since then, rotating our folks through. We're down right now to under 2,000 customers without power, and so we're making some progress.
That's incredible to start with that 20,000, that number there. What do you think, where do you think you'll be by the end of the week, or when do you think you'll have everyone restored with power?
What we're hoping for is by tomorrow evening, we'll have everybody on that can be on and that can have power. But the cleanup process then starts, and then we'll spend several days going back and all the broken poles and the wire and transformers that you might see out. We're going to start cleaning that up as well. And really, this is going to be a year-long, multi-year process as customers rebuild. We'll be reconnecting, rebuilding lines for that. So we'll get most everybody on by tomorrow evening, but then there's still a lot of work in the background that to be done.
Again, seeing an incredible storm on Saturday afternoon, it's been stated now that we had an EF3 tornado that came through and the destruction that it caused. This is not your first rodeo. You've been in this position for quite some time. What is that first thought in your head, when you see what's being predicted, you see what starts, where are you at that time?
Yep. Well, to be honest with you, with this storm, we were only at level 2, warning level 2, so we thought we were going to be in the clear, quite honest. And so, but then as we saw it hit and started coming our way, I went back to remember the 1999 tornado that hit downtown, and quite honest, I know the devastation that it can be. And we're just sitting tight, and let's get our crews in here and to be ready. We know we're in for a long battle.
And the community has been great in the support. I've seen a lot of thank yous on social media. That's one thing about social media, you really get to see the love and support from those around you. Is that ever surprising?
Oh, it is surprising, quite honestly. But we have a great team that does social media, and I can't say enough good things about the citizens of Clarksville and how they've come to our support. And it is, I tell you what, it's uplifting to know that we're trying as hard as we can to get the power back on, and to see the comments. So at night when I go in, I try to read through those comments, and it does, and I think all of us here do that, and it really does make us feel good, because we do want to get the power on as quickly and safely as we can. But this storm especially, the citizens have been so supportive, and I can't thank them enough for their support.
Really happy to hear that, because again, what you guys may not know on the outside is that when you bring in these crews to help, and you on your own crew may have had someone impacted by the storm, you're having to house them, you're having to feed them. So you're doing a lot for those who are coming in.
It's a lot of people don't understand the behind the scenes and the effort. So we're feeding these crews 3 times a day, 3 meals a day. We'll feed them a good breakfast while they're loading up. So they bring their trucks in, we're loading their trucks, they're eating, they hit the road, and then we're delivering meals to them at lunchtime to keep them on the job. And then we try to give them a good hot meal in the evening, and so they can get some rest and then hit it again the next morning. But it is a big event. It's a full-time job for a lot of employees, and it takes all of us working together here at CDE to make that happen.
Well, thank you for sharing this with all of us. Is there anything I didn't ask you, or anything that you can share that I didn't ask?
No, I think we're still in the process that there may still be some wires on the ground.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that the citizens understand, just treat that wire as it's hot, and it's live wire, and don't touch it, stay away. And if they want to give us a call or call 911, they should do that.
Fantastic. Mr. Taylor, thank you so much. It has been such a pleasure. And speaking on that, CDE did put out some tips. You'll find those tips at mainstreetmediatn.com. Just head over to Main Street Clarksville. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We'll be right back.
You know that feeling you get when your team goes big? You can get that same feeling on Zen Sports. When you sign up for a Zen Sports account, you will receive up to a $1,000 no danger first wager. That's right. When you place your first bet in Zen Sports, you can be reimbursed for the amount of your first bet up to a $1,000 maximum if the bet loses. No other sportsbook will offer you a premier sports betting experience with 24/7 customer support and faster withdrawals like Zen Sports. Zen Sports, betting just got better. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and up and in Tennessee to bet.
He shoots, and he scores!
Welcome to Grin Doctors, your trusted pediatric dentistry and orthodontics practice. Achieve healthy, beautiful smiles with our expert care. At Grin Doctors, we are committed to your child's oral health and well-being. Trust Grin Doctors, your pediatric dental home for exceptional care. We go above and beyond to ensure the comfort and satisfaction of our young patients. Grin Doctors Kids Dental and Orthodontics is right down the street in Old Hickory, TN. Easy to get to and in your neighborhood.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way. When flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage, it ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
This morning, we're talking about insurance claims. This is on the forefront of many minds, as we go into the coming days, if it hasn't been on their mind already, to tell us the questions that we need to ask, what we need to know to make sure that you have the proper information. Well, we have insurance agent and agency owner. We have Alexis Goines with us from Allstate. Alexis, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. And I just want to say, our hearts go out to anyone suffering. The biggest thing that we're seeing right now is you want to make sure that your contractors are vetted, they're local, licensed. There are what we call storm chasers. I'm sure everybody's kind of heard the term in the area. No contractors are going to ask for money up front, and they're not going to have you sign right away. So those are two key things that would be your red flags to look for. But for those of you, I know many of you have already filed your claims and got those underway. A lot of people don't realize that with the renter's insurance, you can actually get coverage for displacement. So I know we've had some apartments, townhomes, and obviously renters in the neighborhoods that were affected. So if you have renter's insurance and you haven't filed, go ahead and get it filed. They're going to be able to help with your personal belongings and getting you a place to stay. So as far as the homes and homeowners that were affected, I know like with Allstate, I was so impressed. We were right close by, so I didn't get to anyone until Sunday. But Sunday morning, I called all of our claims that came up, verified the people who were displaced were put into hotels Saturday night, those who had called. So I was just so grateful that they, weren't left out in the cold. Some people have family in town and were able to utilize that. But once they got everybody set up in the hotels, now we're kind of looking for long-term housing for those who are going to be in it for the long haul and the rebuild and going from there. So we've just been fielding calls. You want to make sure that you're taking photos of everything. You want to have everything documented. Start thinking about the items that were damaged because those, they may require a list. So, and I know of everything going on, that's going to be so stressful for people. So we've offered to help. A lot of times they ask for a guesstimate of what you paid for it. So we've told our customers, if you can just put a list together, we can do the research on the back end to help with that. So definitely get with your local agency. If you've filed a claim and haven't heard from anyone, I definitely suggest that you give them a call. It's going to be important to stay on top of things, and because there's so many that are affected, getting on top of it right away. We have a list of vendors that our prior customers have used in the past and they were happy with. So we've been sending that out. I'm more than happy to give that to you or send to anyone in need as well.
That'd be wonderful, yes, if you could share that, and then again, we can share that here. Is it the same process for a business owner who might have lost a business as it is for a homeowner, or what is that?
Yes, with the business, it's going to be a similar process. They do offer lost wages, or business income, for those policies. So again, it's just key to get it filed right away. There's a process like with anything. We had talked about that. So the sooner you do it, the better. And because of the demand, I mean, We just finished out our last claim from the March storms.
Oh, wow.
So I just advise everybody to start really thinking there. I know right now we're just kind of in the cleanup mode, making sure people are okay and housed, but keeping that next step in mind is going to be key.
So patience as well, because this can be a long process.
Yes, absolutely. And we reassure that you would be set up in a long-term home while all of that's being done so that you can continue to rebuild and have your family in a safe place.
What is that most common question that you get when events like this happen?
We get a wide variety of questions. The one that we've seen most commonly in this case is power outages. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people were affected by them. Many still don't have power. But if there was no damage to the home, unfortunately, it's not a covered loss with insurance. Okay. So we just advise you to try to do what you can to, salvage food if you can. I mean, at this point, if you haven't done so, it's probably too late. Mm-hmm. But if you have access to a generator or friends and family in town that you're able to stay with. And then we're also referring people to the resources. Stefanie and I were just talking about how incredible this community has been in pulling together, and sometimes, I've tried to get things places and they already had it. So if there's any light in the situation, that's it, and we just need to draw upon those resources. So I know the Red Cross is a big one. From my understanding, they have to assess 70% of the damage before any funds can be released, but it's important to get with them, get your case started. And we have shared a lot on Facebook, so I have a list of resources. Again, I'm more than happy to share that with anybody. And if there are other questions that come up, even if you're not our customers, we're more than happy to answer them and do what we can to help.
That is fantastic. Thank you. And as we mentioned yesterday, 11 counties were impacted with the storms that came through on Saturday afternoon. And again, a number of communities coming together. But damage is being assessed in many areas. Just know that there is a process. It does take time, but as Alexis said, the Red Cross is there for you. If you need assistance, we encourage you to call the 800 number for the Red Cross. Absolutely. And ask those questions that you need to ask. And Alexis, thank you for equipping us with the information that you did share this morning. And I say that because we do live in Tennessee. This isn't going to be the last time we see, this type of activity, this type of damage. So have this, save this, write it down, and just put it in the back of your mind in case you ever need it. But for those in need right now, I do hope this helps. And Alexis, is there anything else that we haven't touched on?
Yes, I just want to say for anybody who's suffering, that's in need, if you're able to get online, go to the Northeast High School. That's where the Red Cross is set up, but they also have connections with YAPAC and all of the other amazing organizations in town who are helping. So there is resources out there for people if they have an interim with insurance or if you don't have coverage at all.
Alexis Goines, thank you so very much. Absolutely. Again, Allstate agent and agency owner in the Clarksville area, but again, information that can help all of you no matter where you are. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Beginning January 1, Delta Dental of Tennessee is introducing enhanced benefits for persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
It'll include extra cleaning times for people with special needs, extra time for exams. More importantly, we will create a training program that any dentist office in the state can go online and pick that up.
At Delta Dental, we believe that the quality of oral health care should be accessible and inclusive for all.
Welcome back. Here's a look back at the donations dropped off at the Pet Studio in Clarksville on Madison. Community members dropped off dry dog food, cat food, wet food there for those who needed it. Again, just another look at the giving spirit and support coming from the community the last few days. I do want to make note this morning for those in the Montgomery County area. This is coming from Montgomery County Animal Care and Control, that if anyone is in need of supplies, so cat litter, food, treats, toys, bedding, contact or stop by that shelter, because they've had an overwhelming amount of support, and now saying that community members with the pet can just come and pick up some of those items. So again, just showing you how much support there is for each other. Thank you all so much.